sometimes I learn from my students because they come up with such things that like, oh wow, did not understand him before why he used to say that. But that's my advice to all of you, is to do it, to show it, and then to talk about it.
What's the unique thing about barbering?
Very interesting question. I always say that barbering, it's not just a vocation, it's an art. Because especially after times when we were shut down, people used to come in and their hair was so long, and when you ask them, how do you want it? I don't know. So you have to create, you have to visualize what would be nice for him. For instance, he had like maybe number 3 on his sides, but now he wants to go with a layer cut. So you have to visualize what's the length you should leave. Should you cover his ears or make it natural or make it open? So by those things, you become in a unique, different. That's what I always tell my students, you have to be different. And again, I'm still learning. You always have to pick something. Sometimes I learn from my students because they come up with such things that like, oh wow, because it's not just about cutting hair. It's about how you say hello to the customer, how you put the cape on. One of my teachers used to tell me, some people see how you put the cape on. A lot of times I saw barbers, by putting the cape on, they hit them with the elbow, or the cape is too dirty. So those are the things that I see the uniqueness in the barbering industry, because in the end of the day, people come to relax in a salon, in a nail salon, or in a barbershop. And when customers tell me I feel different for like 3-4 days, I feel light, I feel energized. Because it's like cutting your nails. When the nails grow, you feel like something is heavy on your body. You cut them off, you feel, wow, what a relief. So that's what is unique. That's my opinion.
What if a person visions himself being a barber, but does not have the passion or motivation to barber?
Very interesting question. And I will go back in time and I will bring my father again, because my father was my legend, my best friend. Unfortunately, in our generation, it's very hard to find the communication between a son and a father. And like my father used to say, a real man has to have 10 professions. I did not understand him before why he used to say that. But when we came to this country, thanks to my cousin Angela, rest in peace, and her husband Joe, I went and became as a furniture. They used to have futons. So they used to do their own futons and frames. So I learned how to do futons. I know how to do covers for the mattresses. I know how to assemble furniture. I learned. And not only that, then I started delivering furniture. I learned the roads. And when I was becoming 16, 17, it was time for me to realize it's either school, which I had no patience to go to school. I was a dropout. And to become a barber, I didn't want to at that time, because everybody in my family was barbers and I grew up in a barbershop. I wanted to do something else. So that's when I came to my father and I said, I want to become a jeweler, setter. Why? And at that time, when you're on 47th Street, you had stacks of money. So I went and I learned how to become a setter. So that's the second profession that I still know how to do, and I know jewelry, I know diamonds, I can compare diamonds. So then some events took place in my life that I came back to barbering. Within years, I realized that this is something that people come in and you are a psychiatrist. We are. For a lot of people that don't know that barbers used to perform minor surgeries and acted as surgeons, now you guys know. My advice to those that have a vision and have no passion, learn. Do it for a couple of days a week, because we all change with times. Within few years, man changes psychologically, emotionally. Maybe you're gonna have passion down the line. I've seen, because I come from former Soviet Union, doctors and lawyers that when they immigrated, they could not get the license because of the age already, that they couldn't go to the colleges to transfer the license because it took 6-7 years. So a lot of them became barbers. And there's an interesting saying, barber can feed his family even in the desert. Any way you go in the world, people need haircut. It will take some time for artificial intelligence to do a robot and for the robot to cut your hair. So it will take some time. So my advice, learn. Like I always say, 24 hours a day, 8 hours to sleep, 8 hours to work, and the rest of the 8 hours to educate yourself and help others.
Many people from different backgrounds, ethnicities, came to your Barber Museum to show respect, to show appreciation for what you have created, for what you've built. What about barber owners and people from your own community? Did they come here, show appreciation, any respect?
Unfortunately, not a lot. I would say maybe 10%. When I opened this, I did open it in memory of my father and to give respect to all the barbers and beauticians in the world, because we make people look good and feel great. Unfortunately, in our times, and I hate to say this, some people can take me wrong way, but some people will understand me where I'm coming from, and what I'm gonna say right now is that there's too much hate and jealousy, unfortunately. And I heard it from the people. You know, people like to spread the rumors, add few things, but in the end of the day, people are jealous. Why? I don't know. I'm not gonna bring out the names, but few people came to me like, I heard from this guy, oh, why him? How come I didn't think about this? Well, with all due respect, God works mysteriously. He gives messages, thoughts to different people with different things. It's not my fault that God sent me the message, and He sent me this message a long time ago, and I try to keep my mouth shut within time. Is not to talk about my ideas, because before I was so happy about it, I used to talk about it, that never happened. So now I try not to talk about it. And that's my advice to all of you, is to do it, to show it, and then to talk about it. So, no. I see from a lot of different nationalities from around the world, I give big respect to J Majors. That person is first of all, he's not following the money, he's following the passion. And the money is following him automatically. But he tries to unite us, to help, to teach. Now, not a lot of people have that talent of giving, and giving with love. Not just like give them like, oh, why I did this. No, you do it and let it go. I always say love will win. Especially in times like this where people still not realizing, I see people are just angry, showing fingers to each other, fighting over nothing. I'm not judging anybody, but it has to stop. We have to unite. We have to change our inside. It's hard to do because unfortunately our devil that sits here and the angel sits here, sometimes, most of the time, the devil wins. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's our thoughts. When we want to do bad things, like for instance, get drunk, it's not good for you. The angel tells you, maybe you're not gonna do it, you're gonna get a headache. And the devil says, do it, let's do it. And most of the time he wins. So we have to control our mind, is to win that devil, is to say no. See, that's the thing. We should put ourselves in a position, if that person will do this to you, would you like that? We don't do that. When we're gonna start putting ourselves in the position of that person, that's when the life will become easy. That's when we're gonna have unity, love, respect, and I just wish the time will come. We're getting big messages from all over the world. Will take time, but I think love will win. We will have peace for about 100 years to go. Be blessed.